Welcome to Fall Summit, Holiday Edition. I'm Octavia.
And I'm Em. Merry holidays.
You merry holidays.
To you.
Here's gazing at you, kid.
We wanted to use this episode to bring you some holiday joy.
Yes.
And a little fail.
In this mini episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We're going to do, I thought we would kick it off with talking a little bit about our favorite holiday movies. And then we're going to bring you a few Christmas fail stories just for fun. Yippee. Are you excited?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Which is a great interlude into our first topic, which is Christmas movies. Now, what's your favorite holiday movie?
Absolutely 100% not Die Hard.
Why?
I don't know. I saw it recently because I had not seen it before. I like the movie. I still don't really agree with it's a Christmas movie.
It just happens during the holiday season, right?
Yeah, but it's not a Christmas movie. Like National Lampoon's
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, classic.
Yeah,
Christmas Story, classic. It's a Wonderful Life.
I can't
classic.
Get down. I like It's a Wonderful Life, but it's just so sad. I'm more of a Santa Claus.
One or two.
All of them.
Or three.
I'll take all of them. Even each one gets stupider.
How many are there?
I think there's 4.
Oh my gosh.
But each one gets stupider and I live for it.
Yeah.
Even if the actor may be problematic. It is what it is. Still like the art. So, but you don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
No, I don't think so. And I've never been the biggest Bruce Willis fan to begin with.
He looks like my dad. How can you not love?
He's just bald. Not every bald man looks like your dad.
Yeah. Well, he's bald and white. So therefore.
Your dad.
Yeah.
Anywho, I really like Prancer. I think that one's amazing.
Which one's that one again? I can't remember. I don't think have I seen that one?
I don't know. It's about this girl who is dealing with life, and she's like a younger girl. Somebody dies or gets divorced.
Of course. Every movie, somebody dies or gets divorced.
I don't remember if her parents are divorcing or if her mom died or her dad died.
Oh, jeez.
One of those
things. Is it
things.
A cartoon or a real?
No, it's a real one. But then she makes friends with this reindeer that's it's just really
that's cute. I feel like that does sound familiar. I think I've only seen it once. It's not like one of those classic Christmas movies that I have to watch every year. Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I will watch
more
that
on Thanksgiving.
You mean on Halloween?
Halloween.
I will no, so here's the wonderful thing about that movie is that you can literally watch it for months. You know, you can watch it in October, November, and December.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, leading up to Thanksgiving. Yeah, you got me saying it. Leading up to Halloween, during a Halloween, and then leading up to Christmas. So
they do have a turkey in it, don't they?
A turkey?
I think one of the holidays is Thanksgiving, so you could technically watch it on Thanksgiving also.
Yeah, there is a turkey on one of the door trees. Yeah. I don't think he goes in that tree, though.
Yeah.
But yes, it's there.
It's there.
There's also a bunny, an Easter bunny.
So you can watch it on Easter.
Oh, and there's also a 4-leaf clover. It's a year-round movie. I have decided.
I love that.
It has been decided.
I also like A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
Okay, I have a problem with puppets.
So you have a problem with the Muppets?
I have a problem with the Muppet puppets.
What kind of problem do you have with the Muppets?
Don't
take it up with Miss Piggy. She'll beat you up.
I like the idea, but I have a weird aversion to puppets and people who dress up in full costumes with the head and all. Like both of those things. I don't know. In real life, the movie's fine. In real life, I don't know. I have an aversion to it. I can't explain it. It's just in my brain. It's like, you know, some people are afraid of broccoli. It's like that.
Yeah, but no one's asking you to eat them.
I don't know.
Miss Piggy's not going to become a roast.
If she's a sugar cookie. somebody made a sugar cookie that looked like Miss Piggy. Come on. I
That's
don't
a
know.
weird statement.
It's a weird statement.
It's a weird thought. But
No
you're
one
weird.
ever said I wasn't weird.
Yeah. And then there's Tangerine.
What's Tangerine?
It's not a Christmas movie, but it's set in LA during Christmas time.
Okay, so here we go. Like Die Hard
Yes.
is not a Christmas movie
But it's
per
queer.
se, but it's set.
Follows two trans women.
Oh, yeah, that's why you loved it. Yeah, yeah. So it's got that queer element, and Die Hard is just. I think I watched it for the first time last year, which is
Yeah.
sad. But also, Love Actually is another one that everybody really likes.
I do like
and
I
says it's a
like.
Christmas movie.
I know it's problematic. I know, but it's still so cute.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's sweet. It's kind of like my Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Tim Allen. You know, I don't know, it's so corny. I like it.
The
But
Snowman. Have you seen that one? It's a animated one where it's really beautiful music, orchestral
is it
music.
older?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
80s.
Yeah. I've seen all the old ones with like Jack Frost, the Snowman, the red-nosed Dame. What? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Had a very shiny nose, like a light bulb.
So here's my thing. I don't gravitate towards the sadder Christmas movies. So like Miracle on 34th Street, I don't gravitate toward that one. It's a Wonderful Life. Saw it. Great film. Not my first choice. Not my first go-to. Be like, oh, I want to watch a Christmas movie. Let me put this on. Just because they have, if it has like a vein of like sadness, then I don't gravitate towards it. If it's goofy and silly and campy and ridiculous, then I'm like, I'm all in. Apparently,
That's fair.
but I think that's kind of with all movies for me, though.
I would say that's your trend.
Yeah. I recently was listening to a podcast, or I read it somewhere, that the Polar Express is problematic.
Why?
Well, this person was like, the animation is outdated, but whatever.
Yeah.
But that it's basically telling kids that if they don't believe in Santa, they won't get presents. And for people who are not into, I guess carrying on the Santa tradition, are like, this is annoying for them. I don't know. That's just what I heard.
This is on Reddit.
Go ahead.
The Polar Express is awful. My 2-year-old loves trains, so I thought the Polar Express would be a great Christmas movie to watch. Boy, was I wrong. It's terrifying. Not just the animation style, which is unsettling to say the least, but the aggressive manipulation of the kids is horrible. The conductor is giving angry, abusive dad vibes. But sure, there's a fun hot chocolate dance. WTF. The kids think that they're about to be thrown off the train at a moment's notice, losing the ticket. And that unhoused dude on top of the train, this feels like a horror movie with Christmas undertones. Getting the kids to get on the train feels like an actual lesson on how to kidnap kids.
Oh my God.
Zero comfort and trust. The conductor is full of red flags. So icky. Don't show this movie to children. It makes that creepy behavior seem acceptable.
Oh my God. That's not even the thing I heard. That's so much worse.
Why you gotta take it there?
Is that a response by somebody on Reddit? On like a subreddit?
No, that was just
you being you. Why you gotta take it there?
in the scene in the train car with all the toys. They even name drop Ebenezer Scrooge when the homeless guy is playing with the puppet.
I don't remember that part of the movie. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think it's problematic?
Who else feels guilty because they want to punch the annoying kid with glasses in the face the whole movie? I don't know if it's problematic. It is bad animation style. I don't love that movie. It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one of my go-tos either. I was just curious because I read that the other day.
I do like the book.
Oh yeah, and I don't mind the book.
Like the book is sweet.
Yeah. Oh, the book doesn't go into all the nuances that the movie does. Well, because they're taking a book that's like what, 20 pages with like maybe a paragraph of words all together
Yeah.
and turning it into a feature length film. They had to, embellish a bit and add some nuance. So maybe they just went in the wrong direction with that nuance.
Could be. What
No.
about mixed nuts?
What?
Mixed nuts.
What about mixed nuts? You like them for the holidays?
No, it's a movie with Steve Martin.
I do like Steve Martin.
One of his earlier ones.
Oh,
Look at
I thought that was the one with the squirrel.
What?
There's a movie about a squirrel that has nuts. I don't know.
No, it's about a crisis hotline team on
Yeah,
Christmas.
I remember that movie.
Mixed nuts. Nope.
You just looked up mixed nuts and literally got mixed nuts.
Steve Martin, Adam Sandler, Madeline Kahn, Juliette Lewis. I love
Yeah, me
Juliette
too.
Lewis. Love.
Yeah.
Rita Wilson, Rob Reiner. Yeah,
Oh,
great
yeah.
cast.
Yeah, good cast. Yeah, no, that was a good one. I would say National Lampoons is definitely one of my top 10s,
Home
though.
Alone.
Home Alone. Why haven't we talked about Home Alone
I
yet?
don't
That's
know.
ridiculous.
It's
I
really
love
good.
all the Home Alones.
The iconic scene.
With the face.
Yeah, with the face.
Ah!
Yeah. And he's so darn stinking cute in that
I
movie.
know.
And then he grew up.
Yeah, and then that happened. Poor guy.
We're good.
Yeah. But I mean, I like all three of the movies. I think they came out with a fourth one without. He's not in it though. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, they did come out with the fourth one.
Yeah, I mean, I like I think they can with that concept of kids being left alone and burglars trying to get in, and
Creating like booby traps for
booby.
the...
Yeah, that's a classic. Any other ones that you can think of that we're leaving out of favorites, holiday favorites? And probably we're leaving out a bunch, but yeah, I can't think of
Planes,
any.
Trains, Automobiles.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
It doesn't just have to be for Thanksgiving. That's another one that you can watch on Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah, I think you can watch that on either holiday. Yeah. Or in the middle of summer too. It's fine. That's just a classic good movie.
I like
John
John
Candy. So good.
So
He was such a great actor.
agreed.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, no, I can't think of any other good ones. I'm sure that we have missed a few.
Krampus.
Krampus. I'm just going to start naming things while I wrap up this section. If anybody wants to tell us what their favorite holiday movie is, please write us in because we want to hear from everybody to find out what your favorite is.
Or your least favorite.
Or your least favorite. And tell
And
us
why.
and why. And tell us what movies we might have missed and we're going to hit ourselves over the head being like, oh, of course, that one.
I'm particularly interested in ones I haven't heard.
Yeah.
So if you have any underrated gems, if you have international ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
you like, or, some indie rom-com that I have not heard of, I'd be all about it, but I probably heard of it. So
just saying.
You can test me.
Okay. Are you ready to get into our little story segment?
I am.
We have 3 short stories for you. They're going to be a lot shorter. So we're just going to read them through and then give our comments at the end of each one. Em is going to read you story number 1.
The first one is called Holiday Tree Disaster. Growing up, chopping down our own Christmas tree was the heart of my family's holiday tradition. There's just something magical about trudging through the snow, finding the one, and claiming it with the saw. Sorry, I'm just like finding the one, like as in
your partner, and then just
and
chopping them off at the knees. Yeah.
Okay, so when my husband and I decided to spend Christmas in LA last year, instead of heading up north, I was determined to keep the tradition alive, snow or no snow. The nearest tree farm was 90 miles away, but we were unshakable in our holiday spirit. A little road trip for some Yuletide magic? No problem. But when we arrived, we discovered that the forest, quotation mark forest, was more of a graveyard. Every tree looked like it had survived a small apocalypse, shriveled, patchy, and leaning into the aesthetic of Christmas bush rather than Christmas tree. Oh, and each masterpiece came with a hefty $90 price tag. Woof, that's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Not to be deterred, we picked the best-looking sad shrub we could find, got down on our hands and knees in the dirt, and started sawing away like deranged lumberjacks. As a bonus, I remembered halfway through that California trees don't freeze like the ones back in Wisconsin, which meant spiders. Probably a lot of spiders. Being a lifelong arachnophobe, this was less than ideal. But did that stop me? Absolutely not. I stopped at a gas station on the way back, picked up 2 cans of bug spray, and doused the tree like it was on fire. After a 90-mile drive filled with chemical fumes, we dragged our prize into the hallway of our apartment building. That's when things took a turn. First, 50% of the needles fell off as soon as we shook it. Second, a spider the size of a small dog, okay, maybe a silver dollar, but still, crawled out, looking way too alive for comfort. At this point, our holiday spirit was on life support. We left the lopsided, fumigated shrub in the hall overnight, but the guilt of inflicting a spider-infested, chemical-soaked disaster on our apartment was too much. The next morning, we admitted defeat. Our tree went straight into the dumpster, taking our holiday dreams and $90 with it. Moral of the story, sometimes tradition is overrated.
That's awful.
That's funny.
I never thought about that in the warmer parts.
Yeah,
Like,
what they do.
I mean, I'm assuming they cart in millions of trees from the colder, but I didn't think about the fact that bugs and things would be living in them because we live in a climate that gets cold in the winter that would dormant or kill any bugs.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of people in those climates and in cities and urban areas
Yeah.
tend to get a fake Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Where do you store a fake Christmas tree when you're living in a small apartment?
storage unit. A lot of people have
Oh,
storage units in the
that's
city.
true. I didn't think of that. That just
Or at their
sounds.
mom's house.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They ship it over to their mom who lives in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a real tree person, so I got the appeal. But if I was living 90 miles away from the nearest tree farm,
We'd be going on a road trip.
no.
National Lampoon
Oh my
style.
God. No, I would be like Amazon Prime. Oh my God. Which reminds me, while I was looking for these stories, I found a lot of really funny, like little clip stories that weren't enough juice to put in here. But one of them was really funny. So it was these people bought a Christmas tree online, and the picture was a warning for buying Christmas trees online because their Christmas tree came and it was 3 inches tall. So there was a picture of this tiny little tree with this big skirt around it because they had gotten a big skirt for it.
Yeah, but how much did they pay for that?
Right?
Like, if it was a 3-inch tree, it must have been only like $5, $6.
Right? What were they thinking? Maybe it was like a $20 tree because it came fully lit.
Or maybe it was like a sapling. Like maybe they got.
No, it was a fake tree.
Oh, it was a fake tree.
Yeah, it was a fake tree.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that.
From Amazon.
Probably from Temu.
Yeah, oh, maybe.
Remember the video we saw of the mattress?
Oh,
The
yeah.
woman was FaceTiming her sister to show her her new mattress.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Is
yay
it for a
big. It was
dollhouse?
like,
That's like as bad as when people buy furniture online and it ends up being dollhouse furniture. Because some dollhouse furniture can be expensive. It can be $50 or more for those
Right.
little tiny things.
and it can look realistic.
If a really good artist can make them very realistic.
Yeah,
So anyway, that was a funny tree story.
that is funny.
All right, our next story is called Concert Ticket Mix-Up. Christmas 2019 had all the makings of a perfect holiday. I had the best gift lined up for my new husband, concert tickets to see one of our favorite bands in March 2020. We decided to exchange just one gift each on Christmas Eve, and I was buzzing with excitement to see his reaction. When the moment came, I handed him the envelope, barely able to contain my grin. He opened it, and instead of the joy I expected, his face fell. Confused, I started to ask what was wrong, but before I could finish, he handed me his envelope. I froze. Oh no, I said, dread creeping in. You've booked us something on the same night, haven't you? Not exactly. I opened his envelope to find tickets to the same exact concert. I burst out laughing, but he wasn't quite as amused. He was pissed. Mostly at himself for not coordinating, but also a little at me for laughing so hard I was crying. We ended up keeping my tickets and he sold his. Of course, March 2020 came and went, and the concert was postponed and postponed again. Finally, in June 2022, more than 2 years after our accidental twin gifts, we used those tickets. We still laugh about it now. Well, I do. He's almost there.
That's funny. That sounds like something we would do.
I couldn't contain laughing in the middle of the story because I've read this story through already, but it's so ridiculous.
Why is that something to be mad about?
I was wondering that too. Thank you for bringing that up.
Even I, who, me, I have a lot of anxiety surrounding change and things that don't go as planned.
Sensitive.
Yeah, I would say I'm a sensitive soul.
Sensitive soul.
I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, but even that wouldn't bother me because you just keep the better pair.
Yeah, whoever has the best seats.
Right. And then sell the other ones and you do
or invite two of your favorite people to go with you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Even better. I was thinking that's
know two people.
Yeah, they'd have to know two people.
Yeah.
And maybe
they
don't
sound
know
like
anyone.
They know two people. They're people who don't know people.
They're people who don't. Just any random person on the side of the road, just like, hey, you want to go to this concert in 2 years?
And also, I want to know who it is.
Oh, I want to know
based on their music.
I wanted to too. I'm annoyed that they didn't include
I'm picturing Zach Bryan or maybe a Taylor Swift moment.
Was she touring in 2020? And then again in 2022. So we can potentially find out if we look up concerts in 2020 that were postponed till 2022. It'll at least weed us down a little bit.
All right. Well, we've got Billie Eilish.
Oh, could have been Billie Eilish. Pearl Jam.
Tame Impala.
Okay. I would go with Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I would say either Pearl Jam or Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Those are the only two that seem plausible. Plausible. All right, you ready for the next story?
Yes. Next story is called Christmas Eve Chaos. It was our first Christmas Eve in the new house, and I was determined to make it perfect. But by 8:59 a.m., the day had already descended into chaos. I love how specific that is.
I'm loving it, yeah.
It's not 9 o'clock a.m.
No.
It's 8:59
8:59 on the dot.
Great. It started with the freezer. I innocently opened the door to grab something festive, and instead discovered a scene straight out of a horror movie. Red goo everywhere. My mind raced. Murder? ? A tragic cranberry sauce accident? No, it was the cherry pie. Stored upside down, and apparently the freezer wasn't even working. So there I was, scrubbing sticky, syrupy disaster when the phone rang. Your dog's out, the neighbor said. Great. I threw on some flip-flops, still in my pajamas, and sprinted through the neighborhood like a festive maniac. Half a mile later, I found him, covered in something dead. Wonderful. The only thing worse than his smug expression was the realization that I had to carry his stinky, wriggling self all the way home. Finally back, reeking of decay and defeat, I opened the door to yet another disaster. Smoke. Lots of smoke. My heart dropped. Oh no, the bread. My husband's family's sacred Christmas bread recipe, burned to a crisp. The smoke alarm added insult to injury, wailing as I flung open doors and windows in a desperate attempt to save the house from smelling like charred regrets. By the time silence returned, I stood there, sticky, smoky, and smelling faintly of roadkill, staring at the wreckage of my morning. It wasn't even 9 a.m. I made an executive decision. Christmas Eve could wait. I climbed back into bed and hit the reset button on the day.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that's hilarious. God. His all I keep thinking of is his stinky wriggling body.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's a small dog that she could carry.
Yeah.
I didn't think to bring a leash because I've definitely done that. Like, your
For
dog's
Orion?
out. What?
For Orion?
Well, any of the dogs. Yeah.
You carry his stinky, wriggling body,
No,
8-pound body back?
I will grab him by his collar, and he does this thing where he pulls and chokes himself, even if I'm crouched down so that he can have enough room, he'll still do that. Not on the leash. On the leash, it's a little bit different, but if I'm holding just his collar, he's a little weirdo. But that's crazy.
That's funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would go back to bed too.
Yeah, I think I'd be too wound up to go back to bed, but
I
it's
would
the thought that counts.
I would crawl into bed and put on a Christmas movie. Which one do you ask? Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
I would start with the first one because you have to watch them in order. And the first one's the best one anyway.
You'd watch all 4 in one sitting?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And
that's
then,
a really bad morning. You must
yeah,
have had.
such a bad morning. So it would be nighttime by the time I'm done.
Yep.
And then somebody else can deal with it.
Great.
Somebody else may order Chinese food.
That's a valid option.
Right?
I love Chinese food on Christmas.
I've never done that before, but I've heard of it in
Yeah.
like movies.
I like the idea of it. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever done it either.
It's like the classic the divorced parents, the kids have to go with the dad on Christmas and the dad can't cook, so he brings the kid to a Chinese restaurant. That's exactly what happens in Santa Claus.
Oh.
Or maybe it was a diner. It
You
might have
should
been a
at least
diner.
bring it home. I feel like you should bring it home and then like
Yeah. But I think he brought him to a diner actually, and then he tried to order like a bunch of things that would make it seem more Christmassy, and they were out of everything. This was after the dad tried to cook a Christmas dinner and burnt everything.
What's that?
Yeah. But I mean, I do think that it's not a gender thing because gender has nothing to do with if you can cook or not.
No.
No. But it is a stereotype.
It is.
Well, that's it. From our crazy holiday to yours.
Whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice, if you're feeling secular, we wish you the happiest of holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
And if you've
holidays.
enjoyed today's episode,
holidays.
please rate, review, and subscribe.
Happy holidays.
And if you didn't enjoy it,
And the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holidays
to you.
If you've got any questions, stories, or trail fails of your own, please hit us up. Email us at falsesummit.pod@gmail.com or falsesummit.pod on Instagram. We'll be back next week with our regular episode of more tales of misadventures and questionable decisions. Until then, happy trails.
And stay off the naughty list.
And the edge.
See you out there.